Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Oztron, and today we're back playing screwdrivers. And I think for today's episode, I would like to try to create a flying machine, something along the lines of a helicopter or a drone. A lot of you guys have suggested that I give that a try next. And since I haven't really made anything fly yet, besides just launching my car off of cliffs and things, that's about as far as I've gotten. I think, that's a good challenge that we could try to do and see what we could come up with. And this might be a two-part kind of video because I've not really explored this very much. I've played around with some of the workshop vehicles and things like the helicopter and a couple of drones, and they seem to have, some challenges with how they, control the pitch and yaw basically of the vehicles. So that I think is going to be one of our big challenges, is trying to figure that out. I've noticed some people have used things like weights, like counterweights and things like that, to add some type of torsional steering. So I think that might be the direction we end up going in, but I'm not sure. So we're just going to have to, dive in and play around with what we can do. So we're going to do that here in a second and get started on that build. So first, but let's go over this vehicle real quick, because this is the one I covered in the last video. This is my little rock crawler video. I did fix the motor. So a lot of you guys are like, your motor is just flipping and flopping around in the middle. And I was like, yeah, that was an oversight. I forgot to re-secure the motor, and it was just kind of spinning around like that. So I had it used and braced in a previous version of this, and forgot to put the brace back, and then also put the turbo back on. I know that was driving a lot of you guys crazy that I left the turbo off, but the turbo was in the way of some stuff. So you can see right there, I have little mounts on that center kind of motor that's offset, and the turbo was interfering originally, so I had it off, but now I was able to put it back on with the latest changes to this thing. So far this thing's doing pretty good. I like it. Still a little fragile, I guess, but overall, as far as a wide vehicle with these kind of tires and using all the motorcycle suspension, it seems to work pretty good with the kind of independent articulating suspension like this. It's just a little on the fragile side, but that might be because I'm using the actual axles as a support, but I don't know. So, but there it is. I'm probably going to upload this to the workshop, because I know some of you guys asked to see it up there, and so we'll do that, and I'll do that probably here after this video. So it should probably be up by now, by the time you see this video anyway. So anyway, let's go to the workshop and I'll cover a couple of other things. Let's go back to build, and let's do this because another one of you guys suggested that I missed a color block on this map here, on the Supersonic map. And you said to put the compass on, and that the color block, excuse me, I'm choking up over here. The color block is way out in the middle of nowhere. So I went ahead and put the compass on the back of this thing. So why don't we see if we can find it? And sure enough, it is pointing at something. Look at that. Where is that at? Because the city or test grounds is back there. Is that the right direction? Or am I supposed to go this way? Which way does this thing point? I think it points on that little yellow. I think the yellow is the direction we need to go. All right, let's go this way first and just see. Yeah, it's definitely this way, I think. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's let's just see what happens. All right, we're just gonna this way. Now this vehicle can get up pretty quick, but it starts getting unstable when it gets up really fast. So it starts drifting, and we're getting to that point right now. So right about 300 miles an hour, 250 maybe. Oh, yep, there it goes. There it goes. So we're still going in the right direction? Close. Holy cow, that's a heck of a slide. But yeah, with all these 12 motors on here, it can get going pretty good, but these tires, it just seem to sway. I mean, I have a lot of downforce on the back and on the front, or enough to keep it going in a straight line, but I think it's just the wheels and stuff. So I don't know. I've also figured out that the motors do have a torsion, a torsional direction. They do apply a torque in a specific direction. What is that? That's not the city, is it? No, that's way back there. What is this? Like a Stonehenge looking thing over here. Is that? Yeah, that's where my thing's pointing. Man, if there's going to be a color thing over here, that's going to be crazy. Oh my gosh, there is. Why is that way out here? What the heck? The little flowers? Oh, it's the prototype thing. Okay. Weird. I've seen that on other people's builds, and I guess I thought I had that, but I guess not. All right, so are there any others on here? If I turn around, will this point? No, so it doesn't point in any other direction now. So the compass is now not pointing at anything. So I wonder if this gets us to 100%. Let's just find out. Let's go to the main menu real quick. Holy cow, look at that, guys. Progress 100%. I didn't think it was possible. I'm like, holy moly. Wow, okay, so there it is. We're at 100%. Is that my vehicle over there? On to the right? Or is that one of the default vehicles? I don't know, it looks like one of mine that I built. So, yeah, we hit 100. That's cool. So now I'm gonna have to go through the tech tree, and we'll do that at some point. But now I'm too involved in creating different creations now. So let's look at one other thing. I did get this functioning a little better too. So this was the super fast drag race vehicle that uses propellers. And so let's test it. I found this is a good spot to test things because you don't have to, like I've been testing right here, and then I keep having to navigate through all of this stuff over here that it points me at. But this thing just points you out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you have the ramp behind you, but other than that, it just points in this direction. So this thing now, it actually goes straight. Okay, never mind. Is this the modified version? Wait, never mind. This is the one I added 3 planetary gears to. That's pretty funny. Okay. Wait a second. Wait just 1 second. I have it over here somewhere. I have so many different designs. I'm not sure where the heck it ends up. These things are not in any kind of order. It's either this one or no, nope, it's not that one. Is it this one? This is it. Okay. Jeez. I need to clean out my builds. All right, so let's try this. So the big change that I did with this after discovering the torsion issue with the motors is I changed the direction that the motors were facing, and that made all the difference in the world. So now you can see that this thing takes off. Still kind of gets a little squirrely at the top end, so we kind of have to steer it a little bit. But I mean, it goes in a straight line pretty good. Gets up to 563. I've been trying to get this to break the sound barrier, but without making the propellers bigger or longer, I just can't. But the big difference between this one and my original one that broke my previous record was I have a whole nother set of propellers on the back. So this is like, 4 props in line basically, or 2 in a line, and that's kind of how that works. So it does tend to steer in various directions. Not really sure what that is or why. It's kind of weird. And there's a couple of little things that I did because it's still always kind of veers off to the right. So what I did is I added a block right here to add a little bit of like wind resistance. Can't speak. Wind resistance to this side to help to kind of keep it going in a straight line. So let's see what that looks like on the career side of things. We need to go to this map and go to career, go to long straight, and see if I can make it to the end. Still have to steer. This track has like wind or something, because once you get past this first hill to the left, it pushes the vehicle to the right. But it's weird. So I have to kind of compensate for that. So there's something going on here. Let's see if we can get down there. Oh, no, almost. All right, let's see. I tested this out and did break my actual record. I started way before. Let's start way before the go. Trying to get that last, second. Oh my gosh. This is going to take a few times. Okay, here's the good one. Here's a good one. Oh my gosh, that might be my best time. Oh my gosh, I think that's my best time. Okay. 3.95 seconds. Wow. All right. Where did that put us on the leaders board? Why does the leaderboard not show up? It's not over here. Okay, we're gonna get it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, what? There it goes. Okay, so that was 4 seconds. My personal best was 3.95. So that puts me in position 63 at 3.95. Man. All right, well, you guys can see that we basically knocked a second off of the previous version of this thing with it having 2 sets of propellers. So having 4 seconds, I'm able to get a little bit faster. So not as much as I was hoping though. So it might not be worth it to add the 4th set of propellers on this thing. Let's go to the build. So one of the things I was going to tell you guys real quick is that I have these motors basically facing inwards now, where like the turbo side or exhaust side is facing inwards. And so these have like a rotation like this and like a rotation like that. And even though that the gears in the back don't show which rotation the engines are going in, it's really weird how this game doesn't really show the rotation for some reason. It just, these kind of rotate in whatever direction they seem to want to go in. And then whenever it gets to the tires will always go forward no matter how many times you switch direction to gears, So I think one thing that is an issue is if we take this off here, oops, not that one, take this thing off, come on, select, there it is, that off, and then I take this one off, you guys will see how this one isn't spinning right there. It's kind of weird, but when you when there's a direct shaft going through, this thing will turn in the direction that this last gear is going, or planetary gear set is going. So whatever direction that's going, this is going in that direction too, but it's not like visible. So you have to kind of play with it. It's weird, but as soon as you add one of these things to it, where is it? This thing right here, then you add that. Oh, I guess I hit undo on it. So if we take that off again, and then I re-add that back, this will actually reverse the direction. That's this by adding that on there. I don't know why it does it, but it does. So that's how I end up getting these things to counter rotate. So this one is turning, they're both turning like inwards, and that is what is keeping the vehicle stable so that it doesn't all flip around, because if they're both going in the same direction, then it just flips over and over and it's not stable. So yeah, so that's the big change that you have to make to one side of the motors when you're trying to do some type of counter rotating thing. I don't know if we're going to have to do that when we make the helicopter thing or whatever I'm going to make, but probably we'll have to do that. So I'm going to have to kind of experiment with that. I did also lengthen this a little bit, which helps keep the forces a little more in line with how the propellers are. And I ended up raising this weight up real high because what is going on with the game? It's acting very weird right now. It's like not showing me stats, and some images are not popping up. So even like here, we're not getting the center of gravity. So let's go back in it. There we go. So now we can see the center of gravity, and basically I increased it higher so that it's more in line where the force of the propellers, are. And then I also have it in a location where it's putting a little bit of weight towards the mid back here, So I'm kind of trying to make this like an airplane of sorts. So it's kind of strange. So if there was a set of like wings that came out back here, usually where the center of gravity is kind of like the center of the wingspan on an airplane. Hope that makes sense, but I don't know too terrible much about that besides just from model RC planes and balancing them and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the idea, because there's not a lot going on up here, and then we have everything in the back, so that kind of brings the center of gravity towards the back a little bit. So anyway, so let's start with the build, and I think we'll probably just go to the main build menu and just start a new car or new whatever it is we're building. And let's see, I probably want it to be a little wider, so I kind of want to get rid of these. We're going to need to start with something though. Oops, not that one. We've got to leave something here for attaching to. And then we'll just start with this peg right there. I think I want it at least to be probably like, let's go with, I think I want it to be kind of wide. Don't really know exactly. So, oops. So let's get that in the middle. Come on. So I think I'm going to use these, and then I might end up converting these to the axles instead, just to save on weight. I'm not really sure like how heavy we can have this thing, but I'm pretty sure it's going to need to be kind of long, because we need room for the propellers. And what I'm thinking is a propeller in the front and a propeller in the back, kind of like the what is it called, the Chinook or whatever type of helicopter. And let's see, because I think that would be easier than like trying to do two rotors on top of each other that counter rotate. That just seems like a lot of like crazy gearing that I would need to do to make that work. And I've been like gear overload lately with trying to get that drag car sorted out. Okay, so I'm not really sure. We're gonna have to figure out how long. I think I'm just gonna put, I don't know how long my blades are going to be. So I think what we'll do is we'll just start with something back here. Let's try, how big is this thing? I wish it would allow us to place items, whether we have a way to connect them. So I could just, you know, like I could just put it next to this thing and then put the connecting piece in. That would be a nice little feature. All right, so need a pin here or something. Okay, so here's our first mount, I think, for the propellers. So let's do something like, we need a way for them to go up. So I guess I could do it like that. Oh wait, get rid of that. Put that on. Let's try this piece. Okay. And then we'll take the shaft here, put that in. Then at the top of this, we need our propellers, right? I don't know if I want it quite so tall, actually. Let's get rid of that and put the 6 one in. Yeah, okay. I think that's tall enough. All right. So put that on. And you have to use these things if you want whatever you're connecting the shaft, the drive shaft up to, if you want it to turn and not just turn inside of it. It has to have this little part right here, which is, they call it a hinge connector 2, and there's a hinge connector 1. So this one's the same kind of thing, but has an offset to it. So I'm not sure why that is, but we need to do that. All right, and let's see. Actually, I think I do want it taller. Let's go. We'll just make it as tall. You know what? No, it seems weird. I keep going back and forth with this, but I'd rather be able to like shorten it and lengthen it a little bit. All right, so now I need to create however I want the propellers to be. This is going to be our first set of propellers, props, or whatever you want to call them. And I want 4 blades, but now I have to figure out, I don't want them staggered like they were on the other thing on my drag car. So, how do we do that? Let's do this. Okay, that is not... Is that going to do it? Let's see. If I put like something like that, then we can go like this, that. Oh, it doesn't put it in the middle, does it? I want it in the middle of that thing. Maybe like that. That's not really the same length, is it? I don't think it is. Okay, so if I put this thing like that. Oh wait, no, I did that backwards. Oh, you know what? That might be the way to do it, actually. Let me try this. Like that, and then like this. Okay, and like that. Okay. There we go. Oh, that is not the right length, is it? I don't think that's going to work. How about... What if I used... I need to get something in the middle, right? Oh, crap. Not that one. Let's try this. Okay. I think that works. That might work. I don't know. That's pretty square. I think that's fairly balanced. Oh, wait. No, never mind. That's not going to work. What am I talking about? There's nothing that's holding that on. So, shoot. All right, so let's delete that. And delete that. I was all excited for a second, not realizing. Okay, so I need this, but it needs to connect to this thing. So how do we do that? Okay, I think I might be onto something here. Maybe, maybe not. It's a little wider. Let's see. All right, so somehow I got to get this connected to the other side. Okay, I can do that by adding this in it. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I think I see what I need to do. So I could take that piece, but like that. Then I can copy this over here like that, and then do this like that. Maybe. Okay, I think I get what's going on here. I need to delete. Oh, not that piece. Shoot. Bring that piece back. We need to get rid of this piece. I'm trying to connect both sides here, and I'm realizing that I can connect them with this thing right there. We have this piece we could put in like that. There we go. Okay, so now we can add a piece. Oh, dang it. Okay, so we can add a piece like that and like that. Put that there. Okay, this looks like a square. Holy cow. I think I have something to work with now. So let me double check and make sure everything's connected. think it is. Yeah. There we go. Okay, everything's connected and everything's balanced. So that's one thing we have to make sure that whatever we do, it's got to be perfectly equal on each side so that it's balanced. All right, so now we need propeller wings. All right, let's do the carbon fiber ones. And probably, yeah, I think that's the right direction. All right, guys, so I have a first set of propellers now. So this is going to be the back, and we'll make this the front. And we have a little bit of space to add on to, but man, I don't want to make it too big. All right, let's try to do the same thing. Let me copy this up front. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. All right, got the rotor head duplicated. So now I just need to add the little winglets on. So let's do that. Wonder if I need to have these. Come on, select it. Why is it not selecting it? Yeah, I wonder which direction we need to have it going. It needs to go in the same direction or not, or counter rotating. Let's do it in the same now. And then we'll go figure it out. All right, there we go, man. It looks kind of like something. I have no idea if this is going to fly. I kind of want to put some suspension on here and some wheels just so that if we do take off, it doesn't destroy itself every single time it lands. So let's do this. Let's go down here and just add that little guy right there. Okay, there we go. So now we have something that has a little bit of bounce to it if it lands hard or something like that. I might have to take all this off if it's too heavy though. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work. So I think probably we need to use the little electric motors to power this thing. Probably just going to power it right here. So let's do this. We need these to turn up fast. I'm wondering if I use the big gear or the smaller gear. That one. How would that mount on here? Let's replace this with, okay. All right, so that gives me something to mount to. How do I need to do this? Where is the motor at? Nope, that's too close. It needs to be further back. Okay, well, that's no good. That's not where I want that thing to be. Okay, I think I got it. I just need to move it forward. So let's put this gear there. There we go. All right, so that is turning. And now I need to support this piece somehow. Okay, so I have that now supported. I'm just kind of curious. I want to just test this out and just see if it does anything. All right. Whoa. Okay, so it flips around. Okay, so that looks like it's going the... Oh boy. All right. Maybe I need to go the other direction with it. Oh, hey. Holy cow. Look at that. Well, that's... I don't even have the other propeller hooked up. And somehow we are actually flying. That is crazy. I don't have any way to steer it, do I? No. Okay. So, all right. Well, we're kind of flying. And it's about what I expected. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick. Okay, let's go back to building. And let's copy that same setup over here. All right, I thought weight might be an issue, but I think we're okay right now. So that took off a little faster than I expected. So let me copy this setup over onto that side. Okay, so I now have this side functioning. And it's just kind of all like kind of jumbled together right now. And I'll clean all this up, I think, later. But right now it's just kind of proof of concept. Let's go try to fly this again with the other propeller working. All right, let's go. Whoa, what the heck? Let's go the other direction. Oh, okay. So we are going up at 100 miles an hour, straight up in the air. So I think they are, I can't tell. Are they counter rotating? I think they actually are. It's very hard to tell. But that's nice. Okay. Well, at least we have, oh wow. Okay. Maybe I can make an airplane out of this. Are they actually counter rotating? I can't tell. Let's get it back on the ground. Let's do... I wish I could, like, lock it to the ground. No, they can't be counter-rotating because the blades are not... Oh, okay. So I probably need to swap the blades around. Let's go back to building. Okay, let me swap these blades around and see if that will make a difference. All right, guys, so I swapped the blades around. So now these are rotating this way, and then these are rotating the other way. So these are set up to be counter rotating now. So that should help it stay straight without spinning around so much. And then I have the motors facing the same way, so they should be configured as WS. And this one should be configured as WS as well. Now, if I rotate this motor and flip it over the other way, I would need to make it where forward is S and W. I had to reverse it, or if it was facing the other direction this way. So let's go to free drive and do the supersonic thing. Go to our test. And let's see what we can do here. Oh, look at that. So that's pushing down. Look at that. Wow, okay, so now if we go up, it should, look at that. So now we're going straight up. Okay. I think my vehicle is a little imbalanced, so it's becoming more so. But that's a lot better than what I was thinking. So now we're pretty close to now just adding some type of control mechanism and probably needing to get the balance of the vehicle better. Let me mess around with a better way to balance this thing out. Okay, so I think I have this relatively balanced out. I removed some space in the middle and everything looks very symmetrical from, compared to each side. The only difference is at the angle that these are rotating versus these. Colored these so I know which way is the front of the vehicle, because I'm not sure if it's the front or the back if it's flipping over which direction. So let's go test it. All right, so here it is like that. So it goes straight down pretty well. So now let's go and see. Oh, it's still doing it. It's going to the front. Let's go down. I wish I could drive it. Let it roll down the hill. So that's weird. I can't really steer it. Oh, I should probably add steering to this. That would help. Okay, so for some reason it's going to, when it spawns us in, I think it spawns us pointing towards that thing, which is weird. Normally it doesn't do that. So here. All right, now let's take off. Oh no, we went the other way. Now it's I can't tell which way it's flipping over. It's definitely flipping towards the what would be the front. Let's rebuild this real quick. Crash. Okay, so let's take off again. Everything's still, and then see where it's flipping. See, now it's flipping to the back. Okay, so maybe it's like straight up and down, but there's a slight variance of chance to this of which way it's going to go. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So that's flipping to the back, and now once it loses blades, it's flipping to the front. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out. Now we need to build some type of a steering mechanism in here. What I'm thinking is something in the middle that has a counter rotating weight. So I don't know if we can just stick a simple weight on an engine. Can we do that? Let's look here. Grab one of these guys, and I'm just going to put it like that. And can we connect this directly to, we can't really connect it directly to that, can we? Let's see, how does this go? Like that. And let's put one of these, we'll start with a medium weight and see if we need to go down or up. Probably, well, let's actually start with the smaller weight and see what that does. Oh, you know what? Actually, oops. Well, I didn't assign the right key to that. So it's turning the weight. It doesn't seem to be, oh, it is maybe doing something. All right, let's try this. Put that on there. Let's put the bigger motor. All right, we're gonna test out. I changed the key bind to the motor and I replaced it with a different one. So now you can see we have that motor turning left to right with the medium size weight on it. So if we take off, it doesn't do anything to us like this, but if we take off, oh, I really wish it stopped doing that. All exploded. Let's see if we can get this thing to take off straight up in the air. It is doing, I see that it's trying to do something. Not sure what though. Okay, I made some changes to this crazy thing. So basically swapped out this to be more of a, like a torsion bar thing, I guess, that should more, I guess it's more like a spinning counterweight actually. I don't know why I said torsion bar. It's a counterweight that will spin in both directions to turn the vehicle. So I kind of put it out on, instead of just being a round weight that was just on top spinning back and forth, I put it out to the sides to give it a little bit more momentum, I guess. And then I put this motor here with a weight that hopefully I can turn to make it, I guess, tilt the helicopter forwards or backwards. That's the idea at least. And then I set these to be set to spacebar so that just they'll activate on spacebar. And then this will activate with my WS keys so that I can tilt it frontwards and backwards. So I don't know, let's see. All right, let's go right here. And all right, so spacebar is taken off. And then I have like control to go down. So space is off, and then that is spinning up that thing. Oh, it is actually doing something. You can see it doing its deal. And then A and D, oh, are doing that. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I didn't realize it had that much of effect for turning it sideways. So now let's turn, and then, so now we can actually, okay. So we're doing something. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm kind of, we need like a, what is it, yaw or something to go sideways. So we're kind of doing it, but back, forwards. Let off the key though, boy, it really like wants to spin right over. So we need to keep it powered. I can't see the camera. It's all crazy. We need like a different camera view to where we can, like more of a sky cam, you know, a free cam where this thing can do whatever it does and we can use the mouse to look around. So if the developers happen to see this, that'd be a great addition. So let's repair, let's try that again. And then if we just go straight up, I can go backwards. So that is working. Look at that. Now I have that other thing off center. Let's go fix that real quick. I think that'll help us out. This thing right here is not in the center of the thing. And that thing is kind of weird too. So might have to counter that as well. All right, so let's see what we can do. Let me just delete this real quick and get this in a center. What's the best way to do that? Okay, so now that motor is in a center, and we can add a little doodad drive shaft, put that thing on top, Might be able to still turn it with the bigger weight on top like that. Let's get rid of that one. Let's just see if that has an effect. Oops, I don't mean to do career. Go back there. And does that do anything? Oh, I didn't. Dang it. Okay, I forgot to add the key bind to that. So now it doesn't have nearly as an effect. So let's just take off and just see. Yeah, so we can steer it frontwards and backwards now. Still kind of goes off to one side a little bit, but we have to fix that in the next thing. So, all right, let's see what we can do with that now. Let's go back to here. And I think I'm going to have a kind of rotating thing like this. Let me change this up right here. We might be able to get away with putting this in a different direction. Okay, so I tried adding this motor here in the opposite, or I guess different axis than I had it before, to see if it will allow us to have like a sideways tilt. So let's test that out and see what the heck happens. Okay, it's kind of working. All right, we just need to, is it going? It's not very strong though. Oh man, that hurt. Okay, so if I go up, it goes to that way. Yeah, oh, I have the keys backwards. Let's fix that. I need to swap the keys around. Okay, so now let's take off. And then there's right, left, right, left. Wow, it works so much. Holy cow. Wait, what? Okay, blades. Man, it really needs you need power going all the time on these. So, all right. I'm actually flying this thing. I mean, we're kind of flying. I mean, this is controllable now. With just, wow, just those two motors. Okay. So we can kind of go, I can aim down. And then we can swoop up. And go back over to the skyscraper thing over there, to the helipad. Let's see. Now, one thing, when I let off, it just stays. We need it to right itself. Okay, hey, that's kind of parachuting down a little bit. So now there's the turn. Okay, so that's okay, we're red is forward, so there's right, left, okay. And then I can tilt forwards and backwards like this. Look at that. And then we're just kind of floating down. I think the wheels kind of give us a little mass at the bottom. So we need like a variable. I wonder if I use my controller, because we just have the key, so it's just all or nothing. We need some variable speed. Let's see, I wonder, can I get over here to this thing? We're just kind of floating. Yeah, there we go. Almost. Look at that. I made it up there. So if I turn on my controller, okay, any of the keys? So, oh, there's sideways. So we have sideways. Okay, so that steers our thing this way and that way. And then forwards and backwards doesn't seem to do anything, because we need to bind that. I don't think this game has a setting for when we're using controller to assign what does what as far as the controller goes. I think it just automatically detects how the controller works. Which, there it is. Yeah, it just auto detects. I don't think we have an option to apply certain stuff. So I wonder, let's go back here to the garage. If I go to this setting here, can I press forward on a controller? Does that do anything? Oh, holy cow, it does. Wait a second. All right, so if I press, okay, and then we do this, and then that's back. Is that actually, is that actually assigned to this now? It's not giving us an actual like mouse button detection or anything, but I'm just curious. Oh, it is. Look at that. So now we can go sideways. And then All right, now let me see if I can add the... Oh, this will make it so much more controllable. If we can have a variable prop speed, let's see, go back to the motor here. So now this one, space. All right, we need to be in controller. So, all right, so space is that. Oh, look at that. And then that one will be left mouse button. Okay. And then I don't know what B is on my controller. There's no B on my controller. Okay. So that basically put it into WS. All right. So we'll do, all right. See, space. Oh, okay. So that's that. And then that would be that. I don't know what. It's paint. That's okay. I don't have a delete key. I mean, I don't have a whatever B key. So maybe that key. Oh, okay. Let's try this now. Go here and free. Is that going to mess up the other thing now? So that, oh, that still is going forwards and backwards. This is going sideways. And now I have the propeller. Oh, look at that. Look, now I can totally glide with the controller. Look, holy moly, we're doing it. This wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So now I can just chill. Now we need to rotate. I need to rotate so we can rotate the other way. We have side to side. Now we need to rotate our vehicle. So I can like choose to go right over here like that. Look at that. Whoa. Okay. So now this is where we need the rotate thing. So now we can just kind of like, oh, easy, easy. We need a weight on the bottom of this thing so that it puts itself upright a little bit. So I wonder, easy. I wonder if I can, let's see. So we don't have a way to rotate. We need the rotate feature. Okay. So now let's just go to rotate. And I wonder, let's just see if we can do this. Can we just take this engine, copy it right here? Like that. Come on, get in there. And put a... Oh, I keep buying these things. Man, look at that. Put it right there like this. Okay. And that'll connect to there. We'll copy this weight and put it on top. And then maybe this will be our rotate. I don't know if it needs to be in the middle though. It's kind of in the back. And I feel like we need just some weights hanging below. Let's try this here. Let's do some weights like this. I'm just gonna put heavy ones down here for now. See if that helps. I don't know. Can we do center of gravity? It's acting weird again. Center of mass. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's pretty dang good. Okay. So now let's, oh wait, I need to assign, we need to assign the controller keys to rotate. So we need to rotate that way and go down, rotate that way, and then get out of there. Okay. And then let's see, go to free. Let's just see if this works. I'll have to switch the order of those. All right. So, oh, it is moving. So as I move the camera around, it's moving that thing around. Okay, so let's take off. And then, okay. So let's just sit here and hover for a second. I don't see that it's doing, I want it to rotate. So one thing with the rotate is it messes with the camera since my controller controls the camera. Interesting. Okay. So I might need the rotate to be on A and D. That might make it where it's not messing with the camera at the same time. Let's try that. Oops. Keep hitting that key. So let's set this thing to A and D. All right, and then I think that should map to the controller automatically. I don't remember. That's W. That's S and W. What is this? F and G. F and G. Okay. Weird. All right, and let's try this. Okay. Oh, that's the same A and W. That's that. I need to rotate. Well, okay, that's kind of working. Let's see. Let's just give it a little bit of power. Ease into it. And we can go forward. I feel like we need a bigger weight on the forward piece. But we can tilt. Oh boy. Okay, let's just cruise right here. Let's tilt forward. And then go around. There we go. Well, actually, that's working pretty good. So, might need to put a bigger weight for the front tilt down action. Yeah. And then we can give some speed, because when I give it a lot of speed, it's harder for it to do stuff. Okay. So let's just land here gently. There we go. Look at that. All right, so let's go and add and swap this weight out right there with a bigger weight. Did it have a bigger weight? It may have had one. I had to add the big boy weight on there. Let's just see. Okay, so yeah. All right, so that we did have now it has a bigger weight on it. So if I give it full gas, it still can pivot. There we go. Nice. All right. So I feel like we're flying pretty good now. Gonna go around this way. I mean, this is pretty controllable, I feel. Then we can come back, tilt down, go over here. Let's land by that tree so I can slow the blades down. And if I just let go, we should just like kind of parachute down like that. And then I can turn, and we can slowly engage the blades and then come in for hopefully a landing right by the tree. Look at that. Nice. Should be a soft landing. Just pulse the blades. Nice. Hey, I feel pretty happy about that. We might need to make it look a little better. Maybe add some type of wings to it so that we can steer it. So if we let off the propellers for a second, it makes it really easy to just kind of like do a quick maneuver like that. See? Then we can kind of rewrite ourselves. Keep the front. There we go. Look at that. And I wonder if we can land on this thing right here. This is a tight space. Oh my gosh. Wow. I keep hitting this top button. This is when you press the left control stick down, it brings that up. And that takes our map away on the other side. So that's pretty good. Wow. All right. So now we can just take off gently. Go back down here. I wonder if we can fly in between the buildings. Let's just see. Ooh, I don't know about that. Maybe we can. Oh my gosh. This is super controllable. It definitely needs a controller for this, because doing it on the keyboard, you just don't have that variable control for the blades. So you definitely need something like that, or some other way. I don't know, but pretty cool. Seems like It's working pretty nice. And I'll make it through here. Holy cow. All right. So, I feel like this is a pretty successful attempt. Oh my gosh. Except for the landing there. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think on this. I think this is a pretty good little layout. I think actually, I mean, I don't know. I've kind of flown quite a few of the demo ones, but this flies really good. I mean, compared to a lot of the things that I've flown, there's a quadcopter on here. Let's look. Let's just go to our garage. Let's look at some of the other stuff that you guys have built, or some of the other people have built on the workshop. So this is a drone, and I have not really been able to figure this one out. It uses a little bit of, so it has that center counterweight that's, I guess, allowing it to steer. And then S and W, or W and S, I don't know what it's doing. It's making a sound. And then A and D, I have no idea. And then spacebar seems to do its thing. So if I just do that, so okay, WS is doing something, but I have no idea how is it doing that. Okay, well, this actually flies pretty good. So WS, how is that flying? Like, what is it turning to? Is it just slowing the propellers down or something? That's weird. Okay, so how do we turn? So we can turn that way. So that's kind of a slow turn. Not too bad. I like this setup. This is initially kind of what I was going to do. But yeah, all right. So A and D make it turn sideways, but I have no idea how that's turning sideways. I don't see, there's hardly anything on this. I mean, what is it doing? How is it doing that? Because space makes it go forwards, or makes it go up, just straight up. Can we see what this does in the garage? How does that work? Let's look at what this dude's got going on. I would say who this belongs to, but I have no idea. Oh shoot, let's go back. It says creative mode. Not really sure. Why can I not go in there? So it doesn't give me the option to build it. But when I drive it, I think I have to add it to my garage. Sure, why not? Is it in my garage now? Now can I do it? Yeah, I don't know what that means when it's in creative mode. Weird. Okay, so now we can look at it and see what this motor. Maybe this motor is set to do something. How is it configured? Left control in space. That's left control in space. That's left control in space also. So these are all the same. And then there's a motor here. That's E and Q. So where's the AWSD? How's that work? I wonder if this is like kind of like trail mechanics where you have like a seat control that has a slight maneuverability, you know, but I don't know. That's very odd. Maybe you guys can explain and help me understand if that's a thing. If it's like in what's like in a Trailmakers where you have like a seat control. Even Scrap Mechanic I think has that. But weird. Okay, well, let's check out another one. That is weird. This helicopter flies really good too, but this is super complicated when you go into the build. All these gears, because it's got counter rotating blades, which is kind of like the same setup I have, but I just have them split apart, which is easier because this is running off of one motor. So I don't know if I feel like the devs made this thing or something. I don't know who made this, but anyway, there's a million versions of it all over the workshop though. So I'm not sure which version I have, but it's kind of what I use to get on top of the building with the helicopter pad. So, all right, now let's go and look. I'm not going to fly that one. I wanted to fly this dude here. Where is it? Right there. Now this guy, if I look on the Steam Workshop, I'm going to load it up here real quick. And it's like #1 on the Steam Workshop, I think. So if I can just get it to load. All right, so here it is on the Steam Workshop, and it is called the Flying Fortress Mark IV. And it looks like it says it's created by Cat Burger 23. And it's been downloaded quite a few times, but it's on when you go to the workshop, it's the first thing that shows up. So it has a lot of interesting controls on it. So we has flaps and has a roll, has landing gear, doors, like all kinds of stuff, turrets, stairs, and it has what? Okay, so it's the little chafe things that shoot out. Let's just fly this and see what the heck this does. So control, left control. Oh, so it has little firework things on it. Okay. And then we have landing gear. It has a door that comes down from the bottom with stairs. That's pretty awesome. And then Q and E for turret control. Look at that. That's awesome. Man, someone put a lot of freaking time into this. And let's see. Then we have elevators. Which is T. Okay, so I guess that helps it take off. F for flaps. Oh, so we have flaps. Nice. I don't know how this dude gets all this stuff to work. I'm assuming it's using the servos. So how do we get going? Space for thrust or V? So let's do this. So we can take off, and it just takes off automatically. Wow, it's amazing. Nice. All right, and then I think landing gear, if we go up, we can hit G for landing gear. So that puts the landing gear up. Nice. Wow, amazing. This thing flies so good. And look at the propellers, man. So the turning, we have to like turn it sideways and then turn it sharp to make it turn. Pretty nice. It flies really good. So yeah, you guys definitely go give this guy a follow or whatever. I don't know if he has a YouTube thing on creating this, but man, there's a lot going into this thing. But it flies great. So crazy. All right. Well, I'm going to put the landing gear down, see if we can land this thing. And see, that's what I'm saying. If I had a little bit of control over, like with the controller, to give it, because we have to like pulse the dang throttle. Come on. Go straight. Well, that's about good enough. Okay. At least it's got suspension on the landing gear. We didn't do too much damage. But yeah, if I had like the ability to throttle that with the controller, then I'd probably be able to make that a lot smoother. So anyway, let's go back to our build. Oh, we can't, because it's a workshop item, so we have to get all the parts for it. Let's go back to the garage. But yeah, so you guys let me know what you think about this crazy thing right here. And if you have any suggestions on how to make it better and better performance and stuff like that, I'd like it to be a lot faster. I wonder if I can add another set of wings on here. I probably have to widen it even further, or maybe gear it up a little bit. Might be able to do that. So that could be, no. Yeah, if we put the big gear on there, we probably could. So I might play around with some of the stuff. We'll do it. We'll probably cover this in the next another video where I kind of improve its looks and aesthetics a little bit. Maybe add some front steering up here so that we can kind of steer the vehicle while it's rolling. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think of this thing and leave some comments below and all that stuff. So, but anyway, all right. Well, I think I'm going to end the video here. I really appreciate you guys and supporting the channel and all the comments you guys are giving me with everything. So anyway, so make sure you like and subscribe on the video and hit the little bell notification, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.